go. Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa, and we are playing FS19 on Oakfield Farm. It is 9:30 in the morning. The sun is up. There aren't any leaves on the trees. Dog probably wants food. Whoops. Let's try that again. Yay, there we go. And I put the seed in the trailer, or in the garage, because that's going to be needed when we get around to planting our sunflowers, which can be planted now, but it's still a little bit cold in the ground. Current ground temperature is 6 degrees. Our valve tray sat here with herbicide loaded. Now that there is, if I'm not mistaken, a good supply of stuff. Fertilizer. Now we do have a big giant fertilizer spreader down here. I think I put that shed up last week. I can't remember. Actually, it's been 2 weeks because work got involved last week. So I'm fairly sure there's a whole ton of lime in there. But I could go get the... Oops. So we taxed it outside. So we probably we want another shed up there. That end of that field. And there may be room for a small something or other there. But for right now, I'm not too bothered about that. I'm going to grab the Fent. We'll unload the lime. We'll grab that solid fertilizer, because I think I've got enough elsewhere. And we'll go and see if we can put some fertilizer on our new field. This tractor is not, it's not the best in the world, but for hauling stuff about, it still feels a little underpowered climbing out of the yard at the front entrance. Definitely doesn't do well going to Hilltop stores with a full load. I still have to use things like the Challenger or... we've got 9,000 litres of lime in here. Or the Class. Okay, I'm going to pull out here. And I'll dump the lime anyway. A bit lighter. Now normally I would not use this for fertilizing because it's got big tyres, the tractor's got big tyres, and you're just going to chew up the crop, something chronic. Ooh, we are struggling up here though. Come on. So possibly not the best tractor to have on this. It's only about 100, maybe 190 to 200 horse. I have got us going downhill full now, so that should be relatively okay. Oh, spraying through the, yeah, that's gonna damage some stuff. So yeah, fertilizer is a good thing to have. It's not a lot. I hope it's enough for that field. There it is. The current spray rate's 300. That's sufficient. Don't know what it should be. Now, as far as precision farming goes, because we have our fields planted right now, I am not adding that for this coming year. Basically, it drops the yield of every single field to 65%. We shouldn't be liming fields that have crop growing in them, and we also shouldn't be, well, it'll screw up the fertilisation we've already got. We've got a couple of fields that, under basic farm sim rules, are completely ready to go. They've been fertilised 3 times, limed. In fact, at the end of this season, at the end of this year, when we harvest next time, every single field is going to need to be limed, except our new one. So we're going to have to lime all the fields anyway. So at that point, if I install precision farming as soon as I've completed every field harvest, oh, that field's actually started growing. That's nice. But yeah, sorry. As soon as every single field has been harvested, I can then go out and scan them all and do what needs to be done on them. Okay, we'll unfold that. I'll zoom out a bit so I can see what I'm doing. But the aim is, yes, we will be using precision farming, but not this year, because I will destroy my crop yield for the first year. It basically drops the yield on all of your planted fields to 65%, and you've got to drive all over them, do the soil sampling. When that's done, you've got to what's the next thing you have to do? Do all the soil sampling. And then you've got to apply the lime, apply the fertilizer, and all the rest of the stuff. And our fields are a little bit beyond that. Plus, we've already, as I said, we've already used fertilizer on every single field. And we will lose the benefit of all of that by by adding the mod to our playthrough. The other thing we'll have to do is disable the variable spreader rate mod. I don't know if I'm going to need to go to the store for more of this. We will dive into the neighbour's grass field because, hey, not like he's using it. So definitely thinking probably this field here, that's kind of small, and this grass field could be good purchases next year. Just because they hang off this field, although coming up here is not ideal, I don't think. Oh, we've lost a little bit of crop there on the right. That's either me completely screwing up the planting or a failure to germinate. But it is what it is, so I'll keep going with this. As I said, not sure I'm going to completely cover this field. Going to try and do straight rows as best we can. Not easy to tell the predominant grain direction because this is, you know, cereals are random seed everywhere. With a planter, it's more precision. But, probably should have done a headland too, because this is going to get a little bit tight around here. Now the other advantage with the precision farming mod is it makes your fertilizers very, very accurate. So the spreader or the fertilizer spreader is then metering out the fertilizer precisely as to the grade of soil you have and the amount of nitrogen that is lacking for the best crop yield. So next year, I want to try and save up. Hey, Patchwork, good morning. Welcome to Saturday and Oakfield Farm. Ah, yes, real life farming, much appreciated because I like food. But it does mean that you can do in precision farming a job like this and not waste any of your fertilizer on that tiny little strip to the left of us. In other news, there was a patch in seasons this week which is supposedly going to make the weeds less virulent. Because frankly, the weeds have been absolutely crazy in this playthrough. It's like you go through with a harvester and then 15 seconds later there's patches of weeds all over your field. And thank you for the subscription. So if you've gone a while, you'll have missed our very long sugar beet harvest, wherein we harvested 1.1 million litres of sugar beets and then had to haul them to the store to sell. And that ended up being 40 trips with the truck and trailer and 20 trips with the class and the grain cart. So, it took up the entire space round the back of the yard. Just behind where all the sheep wool collects. Speaking of sheep wool, I didn't check. I probably have to move that. Me. So. And the other deal on the, precision farming, there is a default soil map, which if you start a game with precision farming turned on a mod map, it will apparently scale the default map to the map you're using. So if you're using a 4x map, it was it'll scale up that default to double normal size. But the thing with selecting that is if I added, say, precision farming right now to this playthrough, I would be using the default map. If Oxygen David ever went and added a soil map to this map and updated the mod hub version of it, and I downloaded it, I would carry on using the default map. So the load of your precision farming soil map happens one time only. And to get, for argument's sake, since I'm playing on Oakfield Farm, to get the Oakfield Farm specific soil map when the game is updated, I have to start the game after I've installed the update. If I add it to this playthrough, we will get the default map, and that's it. You have to start a brand new game save to get the map version or the map installed. So since we are now going into our third year, as I said, I'm not going to add it to this playthrough because the crops are too far gone this year and will completely hose up our yields. We'll delay adding it, so there is a chance this map could get updated in the next couple of months. I mean, even with the amount we're playing this, it's still going to be a couple of months. So in the next couple of months, there may be an update with a soil map. If there isn't, it's no harm. We can use the default one. Or I could get adventurous and install my own. I'm not going to get adventurous and install my own. We are running low on fertilizer, that much is sure. Since we're by the main road, what I might do is just run down to the store and put a couple of... Oh, we've only got 6,000 money. I might just call it done then. We run out, we run out. We have this much money after we sold all of our grains. The only thing I think we've got left is the sunflowers to sell. We got some wool to sell in towards the end of spring, and by that time we'll have a lot of wool to sell. Grass ain't growing yet, so we're not going to be cutting any grass and making any silage anytime soon. And we are still servicing a fairly sizable loan on this field. So hopefully we'll make it to the top. 32 will be enough to do that bit, especially if I do it like that. Okay, what does that field look like? So we've got pretty much all of the field except that bit over there, and I don't have enough to do that bit. Fold away, that'll do. Yeah, the problem is I've still got 2 fields of sunflowers to plant, so I don't want to mess around and jeopardize that. No, I missed a bit there, but who cares? It's tiny. We'll drop what remains of the fertilizer down in the bottom yard and park this away. I'll fill it back up with the lime and park it away again. Took us about half an hour all told. Okay. Right there. Wow. I'll reload this with the lime. Probably shouldn't, but yeah, I've got nowhere better to put it all. Hopefully I'm close enough. Ooh. All 3 of those do not have to move again. No. Is that close enough? Yes. Okay, this is going to be fun and not easy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Is the problem with this tractor is, while it's a nice tractor, it has relatively good power. It's got a very heavy frame, so you don't have to run around with weights very often. The turn radius on it is really bad. So that's good. We are done with that one. Jump out and shut the door. Okay, we'll take this back up to the top. I think I have the pallet forks loaded on any of my tractors at the moment. did get some new bale forks, because the sheep are getting rather hungry lately. Okay, that's that one done. Squeeze through there. Let's check on the bales of wool. Oh, it's only first day of early spring. Okay, so yeah, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we have barely got into that. Yeah, this entire area was a mountain of beets when we finished the harvesting. So I'm kind of thinking 4 in there. Oops. There we go. We'll grab about 3 bales of hay for the sheep. And probably I might run up the top with a lindner. Now, I did make use of the Alpine DLC and upgraded our lindner from a 90 to a 130, which gives it a little bit more power, but the same crazy turn radius. Good. Squeaky stab. More stab. Very, very carefully not to knock over everything. It's a little bit off centre, but it is up against the wall. I guess that's a good argument for not stacking your bales right up against the wall. Oh, I might need the vent again. Although, actually, cleanliness doesn't look too bad. It probably is. Excuse me while I wave these bales around like a crazy fool. Yeah, there's food for the sheep. Oh, they don't want all of it. Wow. Took half of that. Well, that was a surprise. And cleanliness is full. I did feed them last night. We're up to 285, which is a good thing. Obviously, numerically, we're above that because all the male sheep we sold last year. Sheep are fed and watered, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's not like there's much else. Well,